Sick of Twitter but not sure where to go? Want to join Mastodon? Well, let's talk about it in today's video. Hey, I'm Mike Greiner. I'm a lifelong Democratic activist who's concerned about the direction our country is taking. I'm also a lawyer and an academic, and I'm here to help you stand up to the BS of the MAGA crowd. Well, one thing I'm definitely not is a tech expert, so bear that in mind while I'm trying to do this demo here. I have to admit this is not the first time I've tried to leave Twitter. At one point I left trying to go to the social network Counter Social, which seemed pretty good, except for the fact that nobody was there. Mastodon is particularly nice because it's completely open source. You don't have to worry about some Elon Musk taking over in the future. I can tell you, I have noticed on my Twitter feed since Elon Musk took over, more and more right-wing BS being spewed. So I'm very happy to switch over to Mastodon. The one issue I have discovered, though, is although there are more people on it than there were on Counter Social, it's still a little bit thin. So hopefully you will join Mastodon and we can follow each other and we'll be starting to develop a network there. Well, let's get right to it here. This is my cell phone. So I actually already had Mastodon on it, but oh, there it is. But I'm going to re-download it for demonstration purposes here, and I'm going to set up a Mastodon account for my wife. She won't find out about this until she watches the video. So obviously, the first thing you need to do is go to the App Store, and you can just look for Mastodon. There we go, Mastodon. And I already have it available here, so you might need to get it, but I will just download it here. It just takes a minute, and then we're going to open it. Aha! Very easy. It says to create an account. Now, this is where things get a little bit strange. Because it's open source, it's not like Twitter, which is all managed by one server. It's kind of like the difference between Napster. Oh, there's a picture of my grandson. He's a dancer, so this is him at one of his Christmas performances. I'll reopen the phone there. All right, so it's not a centralized social network the way that Twitter is. The same way that with file sharing, Napster was centralized, but some of the other file sharing sources were simply just distributed networks. So this is a distributed network. So you kind of need to pick which network you're going to be on. I did notice that this is a little bit of an issue. You need to kind of go down and pick something. My suggestion would be, though, go to General. There is one for journalism, activism. Here's one for activism. They have other academia, tech, LGBT, whatever you're interested in. But I would suggest that you go to General. And the goal really should be just try to find one that has a lot of people on it. So I'm going to go down here. This so far, this mstdn.plus looks pretty good. I think that's actually what I have. I think there's a larger one, though. Oh, here's one that is Ojai Social, has 36,000 people on it. Then you have Mastodon Party here, almost 50,000. Here we go. Mastodon Social, MSTDN Social. This other one, Mastodon.world, looks pretty big too. But I think mstdn.social is the largest one I came across at 176,000 or so. So, can you do two? No, you can only do one. So we're going to pick that one. And the reason that you want to pick that one, I'll explain in a little bit. They have ground rules here. No sexually explicit materials, spam advertising, racism, sexism, homophobia, incitement of violence, harassment, or no illegal content. So, sounds pretty good so far. Next, you'll pick your display name. And in this case, I will put my wife, who is Madeline Greiner. There we go. Her username, let's make it Madeline Greiner. And it will be at mstdn.social. So the at will be the server that you picked. Enter email. I will just block that here for a second. Okay, so much to my wife's consternation, I have gone and approved the email using her email account. And so now we will simply allow notifications. And then the key will be find people to follow. Okay. Thank you very much. Find people to follow. So, this is where you can find people to follow. Good ones that I can suggest right off the bat are George Takei, Robert Reich, Midas Touch. God is always interesting. Judd Legume. He's, of course, popular information and does some great investigative journalism. And that just gives you a few examples here. Jennifer Taub is good. Rolling Stone is good, etc., etc. Steve Beschloss, another good one. And you can see, so you can just go down here, ProPublica, etc., etc., etc. Oh, Democracy Docket, that's a good one too. And you can just go down. So here I am, and it's at Greiner at mstdn.plus. I told you that I'm mstdn plus. That's the server I'm at, but I don't suggest that one necessarily. I'll show you in a second why. Other examples, by the way, I just noticed here of some people who are might be worth following. Greta Thunberg. I think that's how it's pronounced. Oh, Greg Sargent is good. Okay, not bad. Okay, so you're starting to get more people here on Mastodon. And as I say, if you follow me, I will definitely follow you back. Now, part of the reason that I suggest that you go with this larger server is because let's just say that you see a post here that you're interested in. Okay? You see here, a great example. We can see the people Robert Reich is following. And you can see only 3 are shown of the ones he follows. Follows from other servers are not displayed. So the key will be, and just so you know, when I did this for Robert Reich, I got nobody because I'm on the Mastodon Plus as opposed to the Mastodon Social server. So that's why I would suggest that you go with one of these larger servers. But at any rate, once you've done that, you can go home and you're just going to get your feed. And it's just like Twitter. And you can go through and they will suggest things for you. You can star them, which is kind of like them. You can retweet them. I don't know what they're called. Reblog them, I think. You can comment on them. You can forward them to yourself or to other people. So it's really a great social network. The only issue I have with it thus far is that still it's relatively limited in terms of the number of people that are on it. So if all of us get on there and start getting involved in Mastodon, it'll help build up the network there and hopefully enable us to turn it into something that will actually be a real competitor to Twitter. Well, if you like this video, why don't you watch one of my other videos that I've done about social networks, where I talk about some of the reasons why you should leave Twitter. Here's one about how Elon Musk is the worst boss ever. Why don't you check that one out? I'll see you then. In the meantime, let's hope for continued progress. Thank you.